California. Who is from Roseville? Anybody here from Roseville? Yes? Oh, Raul. I am from Richmond, California. Look, that means I'm 50% hood, 50% holy. Pray with me. Don't play with me. And I'm going to kind of brush through some of the sad stuff. Okay, so I was born, and then a few months later, I died. True story. My mom says that she came into my room, she checked on me, I wasn't breathing, I was mottled, I had no pulse. She picks me up and she starts screaming, "Jesus, save my baby! Jesus, save my baby!" She doesn't know what to do. Okay, December 1982, calls the ambulance and then starts just holding me and asking for Jesus to save me. Then I start coughing. A few minutes later, I start breathing, I start coming back. And you would think that my life would just be a little bit better after that. Like, it's a wonderful life, right? No. So actually, I was probably only just before 1 year old before my first bit of trauma. That means that I was pre-verbal. My abuse happened, it started before I had a voice. So my voice was stolen from me before I could speak. So, problematic. Now, how did I go from being that little girl with no voice to being the girl that's on the stage or the woman that's on the stage today? I went through many years of abuse after that. We left that traumatic situation with my father, only to go into one traumatic situation after another, because you follow cycles and you cycle through in your life. I was abused by a woman in the church. I was abused again and again through my childhood. And then in the junior high, I was jumped by about 15 people, put into the hospital. In high school, I was raped and sexually assaulted by friends, people I trusted and knew. My boss, who was 37 years old, sexually harassed me and then proceeded to stalk me, write me love letters, and tell me he was going to kidnap me by the time I was 17. So when I was 18, I got the heck out of town. I left, I moved away. This is gonna be better, right? No, actually, I met the man that I would marry when I was 19. I married him by 20. I was pregnant, and I stayed in a domestic violence marriage for 5 years, praying to God, on my knees, praying to God every day, change his heart, change him. God, change him. I want a good husband. I don't want to be divorced. I don't want to be that woman. I don't want to continue the cycle. Little did I know that I had been already continuing the cycle. And so what I really wanted to talk to you guys about, and why I went so quickly through all that, which Nafsheen made a beautiful video about it, is because I want to talk to you guys about taking action. So how did I get from being the girl with no voice to becoming the woman that I am today? I took action. You know, when I was leaving that domestic violence relationship, which it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of strength, it takes a lot of power to stand up and say there's a problem, and also I'm leaving. And so, especially with a lot of religious programming and a lot of stuff that I had gone through throughout my life, I didn't believe I could leave until my sister, she came to me and she said one day, "You know what, Becca? I know that this is a really difficult decision. I had 2 little babies with me. It wasn't just about me." And she said, "You know what, though? I promise you that if you just put one foot in front of the other every day, just one foot in front of the other every single day, I promise you that this time next year, your life will not look like what it does today." And I believe that to be a prophetic word, honestly. Like I said, I love Jesus, I'm a believer. And I really believe that what she's spoken to me, because I believed it and because I took action on it, it really changed and shaped the way I do life. To this day, I still live by those words. And I had the same opportunity to sit back and go, I could choose. In 2015, I could choose to either not do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or step on that mat for the first time, right? I was 32 years old. I was a stay-at-home mom. I had 3 children. I had a ton of trauma that was undiagnosed. I didn't know I had PTSD at the time. I didn't know until I started training. And I could have looked at that mat and gone, "You know what? No, Becca, this isn't for you." Believed all the stories, believed all the lies. This is not for you. You have trauma. You can't do this. You're wrestling men. If you don't know what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is and you haven't seen it, it is basically this. We're wearing pajamas and we're doing yoga, except we're assisting each other because we're folding each other into little knots and then we're trying to choke each other out. So, like, it's really cool. You should try it if you haven't. You should try it. It's awesome. But you know, it's kind of weird. And so I could have gone, "No, that's not for me." And I could have believed every story and every lie that I heard coming up in my brain. But instead, what I did was this. I put one foot in front of the other, and I got on the mat, and I took action. And here I am 8.5 years later. Now I'm a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I've competed at least 23 competitions, won some, lost some, right? I coach women. I have a growing women's class here at Aries Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Roseville. Shameless plug. Come and see me. But I teach and I coach children and women, and as I see these women grow, as I see these children grow, and they have a voice, and they step up powerfully, and they do their thing, and they go to compete, it redeems something inside of me that was stolen from me before I ever even had a voice, before I could even speak. So this is what we have to do. This is your call to action. You can choose today to go, okay, life is hard and things are tough and the economy and this and that and the government and whatever. Or you can stop with the stories and you can go, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get up out of my seat of mediocrity. I'm gonna get up out of my seat of depression, out of PTSD, out of anxiety, out of all of these pits that I have chosen to sit back in. I'm gonna get up and I'm just gonna put one foot in front of the other. Every single day, small steps, sometimes really annoying steps, right? Sometimes really painful steps, but just small steps every day. And I promise you guys, a year from today, your life will not look like what it does right now. I don't care what your circumstances are. I don't care what story you were told when you were a child. I don't care what the thing is that you've been believing. If you will just do this one action, I promise you, your life will not look like what it does today, a year from today. Okay, so I heard my ding here. So excited to be here with you guys. I'm on the stage again. I was here and I have to share this. I was at 2019, I believe it was, and I was speaking on a panel and I did not believe in myself. I didn't take those small steps. I was introduced to a lot of amazing people. One of them, Tom Bleo, and he's one of the people that I really look up to, and I did not even want to look at him in his eyes. So today, you guys meet each other, get up here, take up your authority, understand who you are, and put one foot in front of the other. Thank you, guys. It's been a pleasure. Keep going and keep growing, okay?